Today is Monday, June the 10th. I am Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Former President Trump riled up a fiery crowd of supporters in a key swing state on Sunday, his first rally since his conviction in a New York court on what he and his supporters have described as sham charges. Thousands of Nevadans piled into Sunset Park just miles from the Las Vegas Strip to hear the former president speak. Trump wasted no time before going after Biden by referring to the Biden crime family and his recent sham conviction. Trump said, quote, "We're going to knock off the Biden crime family. It's a Biden family of crime, including the fact that they've weaponized the Department of Justice like has never happened in this country." Trump said, "We're going to end the weak and failed regime of crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, and we're going to make America great again." Top medical groups and physicians have signed a Doctors Protecting Children declaration that expresses serious concerns about the treatment of minors who are uncomfortable with their biological sex. Jill Simmons, the executive director of the American College of Pediatricians, told EWTN News Nightly anchor Tracy Sable on Thursday that the medical group has been sounding the alarm after the recently leaked files from the World Professional Association of Transgender Health, in which transgender advocates admitted that children who receive permanently life-changing transgender procedures are too young to be capable of giving informed consent. In other news, a federal judge has ordered Steve Bannon, a former Trump White House chief strategist, on Thursday to report to prison on July the 1st for defying a congressional subpoena. Bannon was convicted of contempt of Congress for not complying with a subpoena to turn over documents and testify in 2022 to the Democrat-led House Select Committee that investigated the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. He was sentenced to 4 months of incarceration. U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee, had initially stayed the sentence, giving Bannon time to appeal the conviction, but he reversed course this week. In his order, Nichols wrote, quote, "The United States has moved to lift the stay of defendant Stephen K. Bannon's sentence following the Court of Appeals opinion affirming his conviction for the reasons explained at today's hearing. The court concludes that defendant's appeal no longer raises a substantial question of law that is likely to result in a reversal or an order for a new trial." San Francisco opened a city market Sunday where qualifying residents can receive their groceries for free, a program costing city taxpayers $5.5 million. The food empowerment market is aimed at easing burdens for food stamp holders who may run out of resources toward the end of each month. Giafria Morris, who pushed the legislation through city government in 2021, argued that the market is supplemental and not meant to be the sole method of feeding people. The market largely resembles a typical U.S. grocery store, with shoppers taking carts through aisles to grab the goods they need. Everything is then weighed and scanned at checkout to track inventory. Like many cities in California, San Francisco is struggling with a major homelessness problem. The Archdiocese of Washington is set to ordain 16 men to the priesthood later this month, an increase of 10 compared to 2023. According to the Archdiocese, the Mass of Ordination will take place June the 15th at 10 a.m. at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. The Mass will be live streamed on the Archdiocesan YouTube channel. The ordinands this year include a former ER doctor, several who served in the armed forces, and a former D.C. police officer. Last year, 6 men were ordained, according to the Catholic Standard. Local parishes throughout Maryland and D.C. are hosting holy hours in the weeks prior to the 2024 ordination, and Catholics are invited to pray before the Blessed Sacrament for the men who will become priests. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.